Welcome to Sureway English. In today's lesson, we will look at the 8 things that you must do in the last 5 minutes of your writing essay task. This is in the series of conceptual lectures that we share for free on our YouTube channel and on our website as well. As you know, in the write essay task, you get 20 minutes to write your essay. Out of these 20 minutes, the last 5 minutes are super critical. If you are careful, then these last 5 minutes can give a major boost to your score. You might know that time management is very important in this exam in PTE academic. So we always say that the 20 minutes that you have for the essay, you should structure that time properly, divide that time properly, and out of those 20 minutes, there are some things that you should do in the last 5 minutes. And these things, if you do them properly, if you take care of them, you will see that your essay scores, they will improve. Before we go on to look at what those 8 things are, a quick note that make sure to look into the video description. You will find a lot of free study materials. You can also go to our website sureway-english.com and get plenty of other preparation resources there. Alright, so with that, we are ready to begin. The very first thing that you should do in the last 5 minutes of your essay, that is, ask yourself this question: does it meet the topic requirements? So essentially the last 5 minutes are about reviewing what you have written and making adjustments to what you have written. So the very first thing that you should check for is that what I have written, is it specific? Is it very relevant to the topic? What happens is, a lot of people, when they start writing an essay, the first paragraph, it is absolutely up to the mark. They have the topic in the mind and they are writing exactly according to the topic. But by the time they come towards the end of the essay, they have drifted away from the topic. So if you notice that at some points you are talking about something which is not really related to the essay topic, then what you should do, you should make adjustments, you should fix that mistake, change that sentence, make it relevant to the topic. So the very first thing, check that what you have written, does it meet the topic requirements? The second thing that you have to do in the last 5 minutes, is the structure appropriate? The structure of an academic essay, that is very important. A clear introduction, a clear conclusion, and between them 2 paragraphs at least in which you have arranged the points properly. So look at the essay quickly and see that you have structured it properly, that no paragraph is too long, you have not put together everything into one paragraph, that your introduction is clear, that your conclusion is clear. So if needed, spend time improving the structure of the essay. The third thing that you have to do, have you made at least 2 to 3 distinct points? Sometimes what you might have experienced, might have seen this yourself, even if you write 2 or 3 paragraphs in the essay question, but a lot of people, they just repeat the same point again and again. The second paragraph, they will talk about the same thing. Then the third paragraph, though the sentences they write might be different, but it's essentially the same point they are repeating again and again. You don't have to do that. You should not do that. You have to make distinct points, separate points, distinct points, and there should be no repetition from one paragraph to another. So if you think that you have repeated some points, then quickly go through that paragraph and change that point, put another point or make that point different from the previous points. This is very important, otherwise you will lose a lot of points for content. The next important thing that you have to do, are the examples relevant? And also you can check that, have you given any examples? Most of your essays, they should include examples. A lot of times you will be specifically asked to give examples in your essay. So that's why you should check that you have included an example. For each point that you are making, you should include example, and also the example should be relevant, very specific to the point. A lot of people, what they do is, you know, they will write a point, and then the example will come across as very generic, something very general. No, it should be to the point, very specific to the point. So, for example, if the point is about, the pollution in the big cities, then the example should specifically show the effect of pollution in big cities. Don't just write that pollution, for example, global warming has increased a lot in the last 20 years. That is a generic example. Your example should be specific to the point. The next thing that you have to do, are you repeating some words too often? Now, when you're writing, so the type of words that you use, your word choice, your vocabulary, that will have a big impact on your essay. So if you think that you're using the same word again and again, so for example, impact, let's say, you're always saying that the impact of this on the population, the impact of this, the impact of this. So in all your points, you're using the word impact too often. Then what you can do when you notice that, you just change that to some other word. You can change it to influence. So instead of just saying impact, you can say, advantage, disadvantage. So try to use the words which are synonym of that word in that particular context. Okay? If you're repeating the same word, then you will get less marks for your vocabulary. But if you are, using a wide variety of words, then you will get better marks. So that's why in the last 5 minutes, check for any repetition of words and then try to replace some of those words and put synonyms there or more appropriate words there. The next point, the sixth point, what you should do towards the end of your essay, again check that have you used the right linking words. So when starting the one paragraph, when starting another paragraph, have you used the right words? That's very important. So at the right place, you should use but, therefore, however, these kind of words. Because these words, they show the relationship between the sentences and between the paragraphs that you have written. So it's very important that you use linking words and also that you use the right linking words in your essay. The seventh point, simple one, just check the word limit. Officially, you have to write between 200 and 300 words. Some people think that, if they have written just 205 words, it will be good. Yes, officially the word limit is okay, but when you are writing so little, it also means that you have probably not explained yourself or not explained or addressed the essay topic properly. So always try to write at least 230 to 40 words. In our experience, that is sufficient to touch, the most relevant points of that essay topic. So do that, review your word limit, make sure that it's okay. And the last point, the last thing that I want you to look at, check that some sentences, are they too long or complicated? If the sentences are too long or complicated and you yourself feel that, then it means there is something wrong. First, there's a chance that you will make some grammatical error. And secondly, there is a chance that, it's a vague sentence and you have not expressed your point clearly. So when you are specific, when you are focused, like a laser, then your sentences, they're precise. You clearly convey a point. They're not too long. They don't come across complicated. They're easy to understand. So just look at those sentences which are too long and see if you can make them, more crisp, if you can make them more precise. All right? Don't take these 8 things lightly. They are very important. If you just write an essay in a rush, you don't leave any time for review in the end, you don't check for those things, then the chances that you will make mistakes is very high. So please take my advice. Leave some time in the end, 5 minutes. If not 5 minutes, then 3-4 minutes to do a review and do all of these 8 things in the end. All right, so with that, we come to the end of this video. Again, please note that there is a lot of free study material that you can find on surewayenglish.com website. Please check the video description for the links. There's a free PTE course that you can sign up for on surewayenglish.com. You will get practice tests, lectures, and a lot more. Look into the video description for more details. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Leave a comment, like the video to show your appreciation. That means a lot. Thank you so much, and I will see you very soon with another important lesson in part of this PTE Concepts series. Thank you, and all the best for your PTE exam.